Hello students, today we are going to continue with the prose Black Money and the Black Economy, which deals with India's decision to demonetize its rupees 500 and rupees 1000 currency in order to eliminate corruption, trafficking, terror funding and mainly counterfeit notes, that is fake notes. In my last lecture, I have introduced to you all what is black money and the black economy. I have explained to you all about it in detail. In this lecture, we will see what interchangeability of black and white money. We will continue. In the meanwhile, the trader of cement may use his cash income to pay his workers cash wages that are not reported in his book of account. The workers may use their wages to visit a store, buy groceries, demand and receive a receipt on which tax is shown as paid. Here the black money of the trader gets converted via certain purchases of the workers into white money. Now what we have seen in the last lecture, what this person has done, a real estate agent, what he has done, he has sold a land to someone for which he has got the money. That money he has not shown to the tax authorities, and that money he has given to a cement purchaser, he has given to a cement trader, and some part of money he has kept, you purchase gold, and the third part of it he has kept as cash. So his part is over now. Now the cement trader, what he has done, the money which he has got from the real estate agent, that money he doesn't want to show it to the government. So what he will do, that money which is you kept in cash, he will pay his workers cash wages. And what these workers will do, what these laborers will do, these laborers will go and use this cash money to buy something from the store. For their livelihood, they need to buy some or the other thing from the market, from the stores and all. So they will go and purchase those things from the market with this cash amount, and they will demand or they will get a receipt for that purchase things, for in that pakka receipt which is given to them, they then on which tax is shown. So what happens here, this black money is converted into white money. There is then both a constant back and forth movement of money in both forms. Means continuously what happened, white money, the hard earned money is changed into black money because when it is not shown to the tax authorities. And later on, this black money when invested in something, if the person gives to the people who are working from them, and those people use it for their livelihood and all, it becomes white money. So continuously this back and forth movement of money from black to white and from white to black goes on. This interaction between and constant conversion from one to another of black and white money could pose their own challenges to attempt to stamp out the black economy. Means it will, so because of this reason what happened, it becomes very difficult for the government to know which is black economy, and we cannot remove it entirely from our country. Black money in its asset form also moves back and forth across national border. It is not that people use this black money within the countries only. They can use this black money as an asset in the foreign countries also. They can invest it in the land, they can keep it in the account, they can purchase flats and all there. So in foreign countries also that this money can be utilized. Black money generated at home can be taken out of the country and deployed abroad in some asset. Means it can be used in, you can say, invested in some particular asset, or even kept as a bank deposit. We all know many celebrities, many ministers, they have their accounts in foreign countries. They have the, you can say, properties in foreign countries. After a while, it could be brought back in India through a legal route like offshore financial center. Now student, offshore financial center here means financial services provided to non-residents. Means though now our money is only gone out, and from those other country, from that foreign country, it is coming to our country in the form of you can say non-residential services, which are financial services which are provided to the people here. That becomes legal then, and invested as legal money in domestic economy. This is called what? Round tripping. Means from our country it is going to foreign country, and then from foreign country only it is coming through financial services to non-residents, which is provided by the government. It is coming through that way to our country. So it is known as what? Round tripping. In an asset, the illegal can also be embedded along with the legal. To return to our example of real estate developer, when he sells a flat to a buyer and the price of the flat may cover both legal expenditure as well as the expenditure incurred illegally, such as payment made with black money for some of the cement. The books of account may, however, tell a fake story. Now what happened? Now the part of that black money the real estate agent has given to whom? He has given to the cement owner, from whom he has purchased cement. So his part of money he can get back by giving the flat to a flat buyer in an amount. Suppose he has given you can say 50,000 or 1 lakh rupees to the cement seller. So what he will do, if the you can say amount of the price of the flat is 25 lakh, then he will give it to that person in 26 lakh. He will give it to the buyer in 26 lakh. What he is doing, he is getting that money legal, means the person will give him 26 lakh and the thing will be recorded. He can make you can say changes in the account here. Nowadays the people make changes in the account here and he can show as legal. So this 26 lakh he is getting from the flat buyer. So what happens, he is getting his money also and it is now become legal also. Here then the black money used in the construction is embedded in the price of the flat. The buyer of the flat may pay it from tax paid income by check and may possess it in full a legal asset. But what he has paid for comes with an element of black money used in its construction that he may not be aware of. He is not aware of that this person has used black money to build this house, build this flat and all. He is paying legal amount. It is on the paper, so it becomes legal for him and for the seller also. When he sells the flat, he may be compelled by the buyer to accept a part of the payment in cash that has not been reported to the tax authority. So here, through the various stages of production and sale, we have a combination of black and white construction money turning into white first sale money. Now what he is saying, when he sells the flat, he may compel the buyer, the person who is buying, to accept a part of payment in cash. So what happened, continuously this money is converting from black to white and white to black. And then again the black and white money, a constant intermingling, means mixing of black and money goes on. In various transactions, the stock here, what happens to students here, stock are assets and flows is what? Income. So in various transactions, the stock of black money contained in an asset on sale can be converted into flow, means this asset we can use it as an income for business, while stock of black money embedded or otherwise can be held in different form. Means if we are keeping an asset, the black money, if we are keeping it as an asset, we can keep it in different forms. As I told you, you can purchase the land, you can keep it, you can purchase gold biscuit, or you can buy a jewelry. So in different form you can keep it as an asset, or you can just keep it as a plain cash also. These were earlier entirely through cash, while conversions through cash flows continue to be important. new forms are now used. Now first it was only in cash. This black money was circulating to one person to another through cash only, but now different ways have come, new forms have come. Increasingly, the large value conversion of stocks into flows now also take place through the financial system through sophisticated manipulation of accounts. Means first it was done through cash only, but now people have started manipulating the accounts. For this they don't need cash, they don't need to keep cash with them, so that the people, they manipulate the account and they can invest it safely, no one will know about it. Now see here, they have given forms of generation of black money, how the black money generates. The 2012 white paper has a useful listing of the many ways in which black money is generated. One is what it calls the crude way in which income generated from illegal activities is hidden from the law. If the person has engaged himself in illegal activities, he will for sure not show his income to the government. At a subsequent stage, this black money may be laundered using sophisticated means it can be used in illegal activities through sophisticated method. But in the first round, it is just hidden from the law. Another is what is called more sophisticated approach in generating income from legal activities that is not reported to the tax authorities subsequently. This is done under the broad rubric of manipulation of account. Rubric means what? Set rules of government. Now the government has set certain rules and regulation to the tax authorities also. So these CAs, these accountants, what they do? They manipulate the account only. Here the person doesn't have to use illegal way, or he doesn't have to use invest money as an asset in other things and all. Here what he will do? He will give some money to the CAs and accountants or the tax authorities also, mainly the CAs and the accountants, and they will manipulate the account and show it to the tax authorities. The ways in which black money is generated have been acquiring and increasing sophistication. Now the method of generating of black money has becoming more sophisticated. Now certain different forms have been used to change the money into black money, especially in financial practices that cross national border. They include transfer pricing in trade, money laundering through trade, use of tax havens, offshore financial centers, and investment through derivative instruments like participatory notes. So what happened? All this way. First only cash was used to generate black economy. Now these are the certain ways also by which the black money is changed into black economy. The white paper also identifies some sectors as more vulnerable to generation of black money. This include land and real estate transaction. In this easily it can be done. Then bullion means what? The bulk of gold means gold biscuits. Purchasing gold biscuit and keeping it. The jewelry transaction, then financial market transaction, public procurement, non-profit sector, and informal sector with its cash economy. It would be useful to note here that informal sector is only one of the many sectors vulnerable to the generation of black money. Means through illegal activities only the black money mainly generates. The relative importance to these sectors of generation of black money has changed over years. Earlier, bullion, that is gold trade, was an important source of generation of black money. In recent years, real estate, financial market transaction, corruption in public procurement like civil contracts, defense, imports and all, practices in non-profit sectors like education institute, hospitals run by trust have become more important for black money generation. Means these big businessmen and all, if they don't want to show their money to the government, if they don't want to pay tax, these are the certain ways, these are the certain things in which they can invest the money and they don't have to pay tax to the government. I hope student you have understood this prose very nicely, black money and black economy, and how there is interchangeability between the black and white money. I hope you have understood. Go through the prose nicely. Thank you.